All right, I think I got it working. I hope I got it working. It's hard to tell if anything's working. And load scene. All right, after fiddling around with it for what seems like forever, I think I may have it working. We're gonna find out here 1 second to make sure I have good audio, so it doesn't blow everyone up. Because, I guess like the last 45 minutes, everything has been collapsing with my computer, and I don't know why. So, all right, let me go double check and make sure that wasn't too loud, and we'll get started. Get rid of this too. 1 second. I'm just gonna set these down here, and the headset is coming with me. So it's gonna get weird for a second because I'm going into another. I'm going outside the boundaries. Let's see what happens. Dude, I can hear myself. Okay, I think that's good. That's how I do my sound tests. All right. Let me just. Where'd my headphones? You need like a squire. You need like a squire to like hook yourself into VR. At least an assistant. I don't know what that 600 beep sound was for. Hopefully not anything bad. Excellent. Okay. So I've had a chance to kind of play with the new alpha stuff. I mean, the game's kind of like that for the most part, but it works. If you download and buy H3VR, you're going to get a very pretty well put together game, I think. If you're into, dicking around with guns, it's a lot of fun. But they have a mode called Take and Hold, which is what I'm in right now, and you guys have probably seen me play if you guys tune in every now and then. So what I wanted to do today was I wanted to go over kind of my thought process, and as well as what I think of the new Take and Hold, because now it's new and grungy and scary. But also there's some things that I think would be kind of cool, and also some things that could be always improved upon. So one thing I always have to start with, especially with this new Take and Hold, is a flashlight. If you are playing this mode, it'd probably behoove you to have at least a flashlight. I like to get the Sure Glow, but you have the Clash light that you can also take as well, or the tactical flashlight, which is more off to the side. But I'm going to take this one. And you really don't need much else. You just got to hope that you get a weapon with some Picatinny rails, which are these rail adapters, because not every firearm is going to have them. Like this 1911 modification weapon here has one, so you can, snap it right underneath. But I'm not taking that. When I play Take and Hold, I tend to kind of go into it and just use whatever's given to me, and I'll just go through my thought process as it's happening, and hopefully it's useful to you in some way, and if it's not, at least, I don't know, interesting while you're sitting there doing whatever it is you're doing right now. So just let's start with what I do here. So loop progression is basically what kind of weapons will spawn in the random spawn points that are in the game. I always try to go with standard at first. I'm a big fan of all pistols because I'm kind of a fan of more so along the lines of pistols. But standard's a fun one to do. You could set your player health, which right now it's at 10,000. If I set the human, it's 2,000. One hit's 40,000? I think that's a mistake. Yeah. Armored human, so it's like humid plus probably like 500 health points, extra beefy, and near invulnerable. I try to go with meaty, which is just 10,000 health points, because the other modes, while I like armored human, it's kind of cool. It's very easy for me to get wiped away, especially by the shield guys, which are probably the more difficult ones to kill because you only get like a little slot to shoot them with. You can turn the item spotter on, which if I turn that off, leaves those on the ground. And then I'm just going to throw those back up there because I don't want them to stay in the level. And the music I'm going to keep on because otherwise it'd be really boring and quiet. And I like difficulty progression fast. Standard means that, you know, over time the enemies will slowly become more difficult to get different enemy types, whereas from fast, I'll probably get like the shield guys in the first or second round, which is, you'll see. And then the bot bullets. So standard, the bullets are fatter and they kind of travel slower, so it's easier to kind of like dodge them, I suppose. Realistic is the bullets are traveling at the same velocity that your own bullets are traveling, so dodging and all that stuff is a lot harder. I prefer that mode, only because I just like that added challenge to it. So that's what I get started with. So there's a nice little radar. This is a wonderful addition to take and hold, I think, anyway. And basically the H is the hold point, the blue is the drop-off point for these things that are in the level. And of course I get a flare gun with fletchet rounds, meaning I got really boned at the very beginning. Oh, come on, stay in there. Why is it not staying? There we go. So once I fire this, it's only one shot. This is going to explode, and then I can't use it anymore. So it's a one-shot weapon, meaning I have to get to that supply point, and chances are I'm only going to be able to do it with the help of my melee weapon, which should be around here somewhere. Ah. Yes, so I'm probably going to be using this, because there's nothing else I can really do about that. Other than just reloading, which is always an option. But I do like the added ambience of this whole new setup that's going on here, with the crates and the general aesthetics of the crappy push-up ceilings and stuff. It really does add this whole kind of very uneasy feeling, which I think they capture very well, and a very Half-Life style. And you'll see with the pipes and everything, it's very Half-Life esque or inspired by. And now he's made it so that way you actually have to look around the room for your stuff, which is what I had to do instead of it just being a table in the thing and then opening it. It was a lot easier before. Okay, so the first kind of different area now is I'm in a pipe situation here. And climbing up ladders is so much easier when it's just one big giant square, so I like that change a lot more. Before it used to be every rung, but everyone was just kind of like, at least I was just grabbing the side post to pull myself up. I play with the slidey mode. I don't know if that's like your thing, but that's what I like to do. Sliding is kind of like this, looks very smooth, but if you play a lot of VR, or if you don't play a lot of VR, you're probably going to get nauseous if you do it for your first time. I don't know, some people's stomachs are different. I feel like I'm fortunate that my stomach's okay with it. It was not before. This game runs so smooth that I don't normally have a problem with it. So, other problem is it's very dark, so it's hard to see what is happening. That is a laser grid that you can disable by destroying that thing, but I'm fairly certain this will not work for me. Yeah, that is the end of this. I can load another one in, pull it back, but it will not fire anymore. This thing is toast. So, goodbye, flare gun. But I don't know if you can see it, there's a little power box. If I destroy it, I can climb upwards, which is really nice. It's a nice little added blockage. The darkness in some of these areas are really, like, to be fair, it's alpha, I know, but it's really dark. So I didn't even know if I could go down this hallway initially when I first started. I do like the extension of these green hallways. Gonna have to knife it up. It adds a bit of anxiety as you're trying to scoot your way through the level, trying to see what you see. Don't know if right around the corner is going to be 20 guys or a couple of zombies. with cooking utensils. So not only does this level have a plane, this is like different floors. So the capture point, or not the capture point, the supply point is actually up. And that's where I want to go. I want to go up to the top. This does not go very far up, so I'm going to have to find another shaft to climb up. And I will just go up the pipes. Stand up. So one of the other issues is if you get stuck in between this here, just take a step over and you'll kind of climb up. And that's how you do it. My suggestion would be to just make that a completely solid, you can walk on that, but that's just me. Because I feel like that gap can get stuck. There's actually another set of stairs that you can get stuck right in between, and if I see it, I'll point it out again. You can get stuck right between the gap of the stairs and a wall, and there's not much you could do other than hopefully maybe wiggle your way out or restart the whole level. So that's a nice addition. If you shoot at that thing is going to shoot its spikes at you. It's very freaky. I hear the zombies. There they are. It's like meat crab zombies. Stab them with the pointy end. Until they're dead. Now. Oh shit. Came out of nowhere. That's the other thing. When you go to a spawn point or a room like this, there'll be a random spawn right outside the door to surprise you. So if you're coming into these rooms, be aware that as soon as you do, something might spawn out there. It could be more zombies like I just saw, or something entirely different. This one came with a 12 gauge number 2 buckshot. So I'm gonna load up on that. Stick that right in there. Doesn't go very far. It's better than nothing. And these are fletchets, so they're kind of like little tiny pins that fire out at them. I definitely think that the spawn points are, this is like the supply drops are really important to this mode. I really like the idea, though, of having sort of like random things that you might just find. Maybe you might find a dropped backpack by some unfortunate player who died in that area. Oh, turn it on. Where you could probably, just beyond just a supply drop, maybe you might find little extra goodies that you could use to add a new level to this. So you're kind of looking in all the different corners, because right now the hallways are intense because you don't know what's around every corner. Could be one of these meat crab zombie things. It's trying to latch onto me. You never know. And I'm kind of just using this light's reflection off the meat to be able to see what I'm shooting at here. Now, you don't actually have to shoot everything. You can kind of walk past a lot of this stuff. Oops. Put that in my belt. So during my first round, what I like to do is I like to try to get to the first supply drop, which I did already. I need to go down, not up. But the only issue I have with this level is the size. And I like big levels, but I feel like the travel time between the supply point duck under you. The supply point and the the hold point tends to get quite long. I kind of get to like, I think like the third or fourth hold point before I'm kind of like, all right, that's enough for today. And that's just me. I kind of want it to be not easy, I would say, but more, not so much travel time. And I think I like the idea of having these different areas. What would be cool is that each floor has like a different theme. So if you go to the Halloween special that he made, Anton, the developer, he made like different sections of the Halloween special being like an office or a grill or something. It was really crazy, but it was cool to see different variances. And I think that you could do the same here. I do like the added places where you can duck and cover. If you are 5 foot, I think if you're like 5'2", you're probably not gonna be able to see very well. But I'm a tall person, so it doesn't. That's been great for me, because previously they used to be actually really low, so I had to really get on the floor to duck behind anything, and a lot of times I just don't even bother with that. I guess it's kind of like I can shoot them from above kind of deal. I never really go up here to do that. Let's just take a look. Yeah, it's got a little carver point, so if you wanted to have the high ground, but not really a high ground kind of person. I prefer to be on the ground and fighting them up close and personal, personally. I'm always throwing shells down because this thing only holds so many. But the idea with the dropped backpack option or a dropped items option would be nice, very similar to the Halloween special, because then you could actually make a mode where we don't have an infinite ammo slot, basically. And so we would have to find our ammo laying around, and I'm sure that's been tossed around before. Making the spawn of ammo relevant to the weapons you're actually using is also probably a tough thing to do. All right, so I held that point. Iteration chamber 1. As I said, variance is cool, and the minimalist idea behind this, I think, from what I can understand, is that it's to keep the hardware budget low, which means that this will run on just about any kind of VR capable system without, essentially lagging. So instead of adding like a bunch of like, I don't know what you would call it, like power, like goodies on the wall and opening and closing doors and all this stuff, he's keeping it really simple, so that way a lot of the detail can actually be in the firearms. At least that's what I've gathered so far. I kind of like this up and down stair thing, but here's actually where a problem lies, is there is a gap right here where if you walk into it, and I have walked into this, you will get stuck, and the game has a thing where if you're in a wall, you cannot move out. Like the game kind of like freezes you there. And so I had to kind of like wiggle until I got out, and I almost restarted the game, but fortunately I was able to pop myself out of there. So I would suggest filling that up if you could. Oh, you don't run away from me. Sometimes it's easier to stab them than to reload. So let's see what I got in this one. This also, I don't know if this is an error, but this case in particular, whatever spawns on this table always spawns backwards. It's only in this room that I've noticed that. So this is a bolt action, so I typically don't use bolt actions because in the heat of combat, they're not exactly the best. Oh. Oh. Okay, let's see if I can get this back again. So I'm just holding the right trackpad down, pulling back, pushing forward. Right trackpad down, pulling back. And sometimes it doesn't work, so you can also just let go and pop that in, load that up, and you're good to go. You can see a tutorial on everything on Anton's channel if you really want to know more about it. You can also do the tutorial that's in the game that shows you how to do all of this stuff. I pretty much watch every video that is released because I like to see all the new stuff put in. Hey Crow, how are you? I missed your messages in Discord. Was in a dungeon. Hey, I'll tell you what, man. I've been trying to get in a dungeon all day, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. Sorry. New WoW expansion came out, so getting into stuff has been interesting if you're not a useful class. So, a pineapple grenade. Just throw you out there. So this bolt-action rifle, while powerful, can be kind of a hindrance in the heat of battle. And I think a lot of people find, at least I do anyway, shock... Oh god. New enemy sight. No worries about them. They don't typically chase you too much. They are kind of annoying. Unfortunately, their bullets don't hurt as much. Now this thing is a turret, a hamburger turret. And the best way to handle them is just give him a good old push. Now he can still shoot you, so don't be fooled. You can destroy them by shooting the ammo thing on the inside of it, but I typically just enjoy doing one of these. You can pick them up, throw them down. Whatever works for you. Oh, falling down. Alright, so I am still a floor above where the hold point is. So I've got to find, I think it might actually be in this room. If they haven't noticed me, I like to get down and take them out one by one. If you're trying to do melee attacks in this game, my best method is to do a stab. It's kind of cheap. If you do swings, you're just going to end up making them bob back and forth. Just do like a nice little stab on each right in the head. Usually gets them in one kill if you're lucky. You can also do one of these things where you're kind of just like stabbing like that, but a downward strike is really hard to pull off when they're wearing a helmet. And I'll be honest, I'm more accurate with this. At least that's what I think anyway. See, I'm gonna get messed up because I need to reload my shotgun. And my bolt-action rifle. Just gotta load it under that. Instead of dealing with all the trouble of trying to reload a shotgun in the middle of a fight. Should have did that. Just gotta reload this now. So you can put one in, load that up. So this only holds 4 shells. So once you're out of 4, it's kind of tough to do anything. So as I said, I like the redo of rooms like this, adding little cover points. Enemies, typically once you get into further parts, they start to come out of every exit, which makes it even harder. I typically like to keep close to the doors, so if I run out of ammo or I miss or whatever, I can always pull out a melee weapon and go to town. I try to stay that way though, because it helps. Oh. So I don't know where these two actually are. What would help, because I can't tell if they're higher up or lower, is if on these markers, excuse me, there, see, like that one's lower, there's like an up or down arrow to let me know, hey, it's far away, but it's also lower. I don't know if that's something that can be done, but it would definitely help, because as I said, I don't know where anything is. All right. So I'm just going to go down. It's easier this way. See, it's so far away, and it's kind of a journey to get there. Would love to see more booby traps. Those are always fun. Especially in the vent shaft when those laser grids are there, and you're like, I'm just gonna fall down. You need to watch where you're going. Alright, I think I'm right next to... Yeah, I'm on the same level. Oh, those things below me. So I'm coming up on the supply point here. Oh shit. The fuck? Oh shit. That scared me. Alright. Where is it? I keep trying to do this like it's a shotgun. Ugh. Just have not had a good spawn point for weapons. Alright. So... Alright, battle rifle. Something a little more useful, a little more bolt action, or semi-automatic, I should say. I think I'm going to get rid of this bolt action rifle because I'm not going to use it anymore. I don't need these fletchets because I'm probably never going to use those either. All right, so in combination with these assets, making these search, I don't think there's ever going to be anything up here, but I always check out of just, you never know, because these are pretty high up, so I doubt that they're going to put anything up there. It's something I can't use, so it doesn't really help me any. Seeing if there's like a hot dog or something, but I don't think there is one in this room. Okay, so I need to go up.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, this Half-Life-esque level is a really nice little breath of fresh air from the previous iteration. Stuck under that. Oh shit. I just can't find the. Can't see it, so I'm firing a gun because I can't see. I think it's right there, actually. Double check and make sure it's not on my ends. It's not. Alright then, I guess I'm not going this way. Whoa, alright, let's get out of this thing's way. Yeah, so definitely spawning a flashlight is a must if you're playing on this level. For future iterations, I would highly suggest that there be flashlights either in the main spawn room or the laying about random kind of like weapons and goodies just like throughout the level. Because I'm all for a dark themed level. I'm a big fan of Resident Evil and Half-Life and stuff like that, and it definitely gives me those vibes. But it would be really nice to be able to also find extra little goodies on top of the already dropped supply cache, and you could booby trap them if you're like that's too much of a giving the player too much. Just booby trap the supplies. I think I already did this. I did. And of course, I think I just went in a circle. So I can't find what I'm looking for. I need to go up, and I need to find a shaft that goes up. Which is the other thing is, I like the maze-like design, but if I'm in a maze for too long, I don't really want to play for very long, unless I could see some difference in the floors, beyond just green hallways and the standard hallways and stuff like that. Just something that gives it a theme, I think would be much nicer. So actually, I'm on the other side of where that thing was, I think. No, but I can see that's up there. Out of ammo, so I need to reload that. It's hard to see these things. Oh gosh, I really... Yeah, it's right there, I see it.
Did you hear that?
Take cover in here, reload my gun. And then I'm gonna wait for that shield guy to kind of calm down. Kill him. Now, as far as shooting them through the slats, I can't really explain how I do it how I hit it a lot of the times. I think it's just kind of practice, and I kind of look where the barrel is pointed a lot of the times. Like, I could sight it up, and do that whole thing, but in the heat of a battle, I'm kind of like, I just need to find the place where I can get the barrel pointed in and fire, especially if I get right up in their face. I'm gonna go ahead and eat a hot dog. A little tactical wiener. Also, the roly-poly nature of them makes them very easy to knock around. Yeah, when things get crazy, it's best to just retreat and take cover and wait for them to come to you. Then you kill them to the best of your abilities. Now, they can come from behind me, but it seems like the majority of them are just spawning down there. Now, I'm not actually looking down this little hole. I'm actually just kind of pointing it there, and I'm just kind of guessing where the bullet's going to go based on just experience from firing. Because this takes a lot to kind of line up and do all that. And it's nice when they're really far away, but if they're up close, it's fine to just do this and kind of guesstimate where it's going to go. I'm left eye dominant, so if you've been seeing this, for whatever reason, the Vive wants to put all of what you guys are seeing just directly through the left eye. So a benefit for you guys, but a lot of weapons were designed with the right hand. I'm also right-handed, so in real life, if I fire a rifle, I have to put it over here. You can't see it on the left eye, but I have to put it over here, and I can't really see it all that well. So when I actually do fire a weapon in real life, I'm actually doing this. But in combat, I am a right-handed person, so I need to have it in my right hand. Maybe one day I'll have enough money for LASIK surgery. I don't know. I've never been able to see all that well out of my right eye. Roly-poly nature makes them very difficult to hit sometimes. Turret is right there. Alright, I'm gonna run over there. Once I take out this guy, I'm gonna run over there. Actually, I'm gonna get behind this. There's a piece of cover right around the corner here. I'm gonna run over there and I'm gonna knock this guy off. First of all. All right. Now the tricky part. He still got me. Up. Ow. It's much better if you take the shooty end and point it toward the ground so they can't hit you, but I'm not thinking ahead. Oh, here comes zombies. Just as I said, you walk into this room, these guys will just start appearing. Which I like. I like that it's kind of like an added challenge, and also adds to those freak out moments when you think you're nice and safe, like, ooh, look at my new little gun. And then all of a sudden you turn around, you're like, what? There's something right there. So it's always nice. This has got, I think these are triple hit. So these are nice. Nice little shotgun. Let's replace this guy. I like the classic look, but this is clearly more efficient. And you can pop it out, plug the new one in, just like that. You can also do this if you want to, I don't know, I feel like that's a little much, but some people do it. Does this have Picatinny rails? It does not. I have not had a single weapon with rails on it. That thing is dead, so it should not be making that noise. for whatever reason, this round, I have not gotten any hot dog spawns. I have gotten nothing of the sort. So I've been very unfortunate in that regard. This is just a flashbang, which I don't really care to use it that much, but it is cool. It's very bright. I think it might just be a bug. Now with my armed with my new Saiga 12, should give me much more of an advantage. While this one definitely is more precise, the other one is definitely great for when they get right in your face. There we go. So the other thing I like to do is when I shoot this thing, I like to see where the bullet lands based on the spark, and I kind of adjust my shots based on where the previous one landed. And you kind of have to look and see where that is. So like if I shoot here, I know to aim up if it's too low. So I just kind of look for that in the middle of a fight. Gotten the whole army on me this time. Keep hitting him in the helmet, so that's not doing me any good. Damn. They gave me no hot dogs this round. So I'm probably gonna die very soon. Now, one of the reasons I like the sliding motion is because it allows me to go in and out between cover a lot faster. Because my room space is large, but there's stuff in it, and I don't feel like tripping over everything. Now, occasionally I'll duck and I'll step to the side physically, but a lot of the times I rely on this, which is a very Twitch shooter reactionary kind of method of playing from my perspective. So everything wants to kill me in there. Does this go up? This does not. I need to go up. I'm gonna eat an invisibility ghost. And now, just go around and they won't even know I'm here. Which is really useful. Apparently that thing can see me. I don't know if they're supposed to be able to see me, but... Gotta be careful, that lever can sometimes glitch out and just shoot the magazine across the floor. Hopefully this next spawn room will have a hot dog, because I am going to die. Ah, good, I can go up. Oh, but there's one of these things. Got it. Now those things are really hard to kill. Oh, God. These things are really difficult to kill. They take a lot of bullets. Got it. And it's falling down. that thing's dead, which is good. Fortunately, they don't do a lot of damage, but they can, over time, really destroy you. If you do not have a high caliber weapon like the one I was using, I do not recommend engaging them other than to just kind of like knock them around. Alright, this looks like the room where the weapon should be. Might be right below me though. It is. Okay. So, I feel like I searched these and I just did not get anything useful. Ah, there we go. I'm gonna have to eat this one now. Again. It's reversed. Let's see what we got. And we got a grenade launcher. I don't particularly use grenade launchers much. We're in an enclosed space, so they're very difficult. That grenade I loaded was actually a shotgun round, which is a single shot shotgun round. So once you shoot it, which one shot reload, doesn't really do me a whole lot of good here, so I'm not going to use this. Would be nice if I had something with a flashlight on it. Here we go. Use a suppressor. What's the benefit of a suppressor, you may ask? Well, makes it quieter. So that way you can actually shoot these without alerting everyone around. But also because it's just not as, like, boomy. Oh my god. Don't get stuck on the wall. It's stuck in the wall. Yeah, this thing is gone now. It is stuck in the ether. Oh, there we go. I think it's because I was still holding onto it with my left hand. Alright. Now you could go the whole, like, tactical stance, and do the whole, like, cover your corners and do that stuff, and that's fine and dandy, but I don't know, I don't really have a lot of fun that way. I like kind of just like rushing into a place and seeing what happens. Alright, that thing is definitely disabled now. Ah! That thing just took down a lot of my health.
What was that?
Once again, I cannot see anything in this hallway. So if I wanted to get up there, I'd find the box. Kind of using the blue of this to kind of give me an idea. Got a foot cramp. Where it might be, but I am getting stuck on the wall, so I don't think it's anywhere useful.
Just relax. I don't have to have that.
No, I'm gonna have to go around. So if I had the Russian to Picatinny rails attachment, I could have put a flashlight on here, but it will not fit. So I'll go up here. Up here through this. Okay. So this is a tough hallway to fight in, because it's dark and I can't see all too well. Some of those shield guys now. Usually when the music picks up like this, it means something bad's about to happen. Ugh, can't see. See, with how bright these are, you'd think that it would actually light more, but it totally does not. Can't seem to hit them. There we go. Oh. Somehow it keeps getting, my weapon keeps getting unloaded. Yeah, so the cool thing is, yes, you can do an automatic swipe, but a lot of times stuff like that will happen and you'll lose your ammunition. So it's kind of a dangerous thing. I wish there was a way to kind of just disable it, because it doesn't really matter to me too much that I can do that. It looks cool, but sometimes it can cause problems. So I don't know if you've played around with the idea of possibly adding in sound effects or ambient sounds beyond just what's already here. So I can't get past this thing. Not like I want to anyway. It's not really. I'll just go down this way again. But like if I'm in a ventilation area, maybe add like the sound of like a fan as I get near like certain objects, or maybe this light has like a as I get past it. Sound adds a lot more to a level, I think, and especially with ambience. And if you're kind of like, I don't really think that we could just like create like a new level for every floor, that's fine. But to definitely break it up, for sure, just definitely add in sound effects. Ambient sound adds a lot to a level. Especially like if this laser's right here, as you get closer, it could be really low, but a nice little hum to kind of give a player a cue. Hey, watch where you're going around this corner. Just gonna go through this way. Now I have no health, so hopefully there's some health in the next thing. Oh god. So I'm gonna have to hope that this does something. Looks like I got rid of most of them. Alright. Coming up on the supply room now. Oh god. Try to... I mean, I get that their helmets are doing their job, but I think it's doing it a little too well. Alright. Hey. So this is a nice little shotgun. It's actually better, I think, than... Actually...
The advantage.
I think this has the... It does. Now I actually can use my flashlight first time since... Yeah, there we go. So this is going to be instantly a much better weapon because I can actually use a flashlight. And that's always nice. So put that there.
They're over there.
I'll put you right there. Does not look, though, like they gave me another hot dog, so this is probably going to be it in terms of my survival here. So I have to be very careful. I just need to go down a couple floors. I will fall into that laser grid, though. There we go. I'm on the floor. Alright, let's see how long it lasts in this round. Oh, got me from behind. Yeah, didn't have very much health left anyway, so... Yeah, that's just the way it goes. So... As I said, definitely adding some sort of light spawning. Definitely have like little tiny goody drop points, just sort of like not a full-on drop point, but stuff where it's like, oh, I found an attachment, or hey, there's a light source here. Something to kind of add a bit more to the level than what we get. And so I'm going to actually do a all pistols, because I like all pistols. And we'll see how we go with this one. Again, as some sort of cruel joke, I get a flare gun, which is not very useful because once you fire it, it's done for. Oh, somebody just got shot. Alright, let me see here. Grab my tactical wiener and a blade, which is probably my weapon I'm going to have to use. Now, there's a lot of potential that can be for a game like H3VR, in terms of like different game modes and stuff. Like you could definitely make mission-based, objective-based stuff using H3VR as a backbone for it. I'm sure there's a lot of things in this game that are really difficult to program. This is all done in Unity, I believe. And Unity is a fickle mistress. So I totally understand. Not totally, but I definitely understand how difficult something like this can be to program. So I'm just going to waste my one shot. Yep, I can load another one in. It doesn't matter. There's no trigger anyway. It's garbage now. So good stuff. Just gonna run past that. It's all right. I'm pretty good with a knife. Well, at least I think so anyway. I mean, this guy's got a spatula, so it's not like he's gonna be doing a lot. See if there's anything in here that can help. Glocks are not my favorite pistols in the world. I don't know. Come on. Okay. I killed it, but I think it blew my pistol away. Oh, there it is, yes. So, always spawn like your pistols. And this one does come with an underside attachment, so I can put a flashlight on it. Making it a lot easier to clear these corners. You right there, and add second tactical meter. Now, so I play, like, you have different hand modes, so even though I'm picking it up with my hand facing forward, it's actually going to the base of my palm, like as if it was like held like this, and I like to load it this way. It's just my personal preference. It's actually a setting in the game that you could turn on if that's sort of your style of play. I think this would be kind of cool if there's like a prison like area, or like a lab almost. Where you can see, not to add like a ton of new assets to a level to like really complicate things, but maybe just something to kind of give us like a theme to it. Oh, right. So, I think he made it so you can... like, so instead of like racking it back or pressing the left lever release there, you just push it up against an object like that and you can reload it, or with another gun. But yeah, I never really was a big fan of the Glock, but personally, this is a welcome reprieve from the last round for sure. I don't know, I'm just not a big fan of the very boxy, kind of boring tactical look to it. I think it's too square. I don't know. I'm a bit weird with it. I'm just happy to kind of put my flashlight on it. So like here at the end of the hallway, you could put like a fan, or just a grate texture actually would be good. Just to kind of make us go, oh, there's like a vent. Make it seem more. I don't know if that was the idea with this, but it lets me know, hey, right here at the end of this hallway, you can't really go any further. There's more of them. I'm just gonna run away. And I just need to go down. Looks like a floor. Can I go down any further here? No. Don't think I can. Yeah, definitely fill this up with some sort of invisible barrier, so if I get in here, I'm not like, how do I get out? This might be just a me problem because I'm teleporting, but I don't know about arm swinger, so literally just taking a step in either direction physically will actually get you out, but sort of like a quality of life change would be welcome. I don't think this is the spawn point I was looking for. It's on this floor. It might be around this corner over here. Yep, that's exactly where it's at. Dead. All right, nice little Colt single action. I think that's what this is. Slowed that in there. Hey, how you doing, Rexo Tanks? Good to hear from you. Oops. Did that just go off? All right. Apparently. Apparently that can happen. I'm just gonna find it again. I don't know where it went. All that fighting, I dropped it somewhere. Ah, there it is. It's good to know that you can drop one of these and they will just go off. Or is that good to know? Did I grab everything? Just want to double check. Didn't leave hot dogs in here. Nope. All right. Yeah. Extreme realism. So, I think with like these green areas, because you got so many of them, I think what you could do to really kind of like change it is, I don't know, like I like the little random power boxes that were in the previous iteration of it, and I don't know if that just really taxed because of how big the level is. But I mean, I'd be willing to test out any like really extreme levels of like adding extra assets to a level. So like in here, another good ambient sound effect would be just the sound of like a fan or the sound of a, the whoosh noise, to kind of add that level of like I'm in a ventilation shaft. sound effect, especially ambient sound effects, are tough to kind of get right. So I don't know. They typically tend to spawn a lot right here, but we're going to find out here in a second. These guys have too much health for a Colt. Got it. Yeah, it's on the Alpha branch if you wanted to give it a shot. I like it a lot. It's definitely a lot better in terms of variety than the last one. The textures are creepy. The addition of some of the zombie assets that he designed was really nice. All right. Like, you know, as you're walking up to a vertical access for the next floor, because everything is... Oh, it's on this floor, actually. I can just go pick it up. You know, you start to hear the sound of a wind or something, like, oh, I'm near a pipe shaft somewhere, I can hear it. Or, like, you hear the lab, so you walk into a room and you hear the sound of, like, bubbling beakers and things like that. Nope. Head crab hot dogs. And another Glock. What kind of ammunition did I get with this one? Nothing special. Oh, this one's fully automatic. I don't really care much for fully automatic. But I will hold on to it, just in case. It's always good to have a backup firearm. Scope for a rifle that will not spawn on this because I'm playing pistols only at the moment. And now they're giving me hot dogs. They didn't give me hot dogs last round. They just gave me like one. Really good luck. Alright, so it looks like it's down below. B1. Alright, that's a long drop, so I'm just gonna do that. And one more floor, I think. Yeah. Just gotta go up a floor. Looks like it might be in the pipe network. I don't know. But I am digging the uses of the oranges and the greens and the blues. So blues for these kind of scary looking hallway levels, greens for those nice long hallways, and then oranges and reds for the pipe network, which I dig. I like it. All right. They're going to be on either the right. Oh, they're right there. No, they're nowhere. Takes a lot of shots to kill those. All right. So yeah, these new take and hold positions like the iteration chambers, really nice. As I said, I dig the different uses of the color palette, whereas before it was just like green and then just the white hallways. Turn this flashlight back on. All right. Ah, fuck. Foot cramp. Come on, foot. Let's not do this today. There it is. So I gotta shoot that. So I apologize. My foot is actually cramping quite bad right now. Ooh. Charlie horse in my foot. Just gonna back up here for a second. I'm actually gonna walk over here. Kind of flatten my foot out a bit there. There we go. Yeah, I'm okay. It's foot does that sometimes. There we go. I think it's good now. All right. So climb up here. Looks like I need to go up 2 more floors. Oh God. Okay, so looks like I might have to stop here. Got myself a big old foot cramp. Not gonna be able to get out of that. That's all right. I've been streaming for a little while anyway, so hopefully if you've been watching, those are my ideas, my ramblings, and things for this game that I think would be really nice. I gotta go just take a break for a little while and do something else. But hey, thanks for watching. We're gonna be back tonight for some Injustice 2 for our Wednesday stream, and I will catch you guys later on the next Courtesy Flush. Take care. Have a good one. It's gonna take me back to the main menu. Here we go. Awesome. All right. Yeah, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you.